Hi preschoolers, it's Mrs. Allison. I want to show you some of the art projects that we are going to be working on this week or that you can work on at home if you would like. The first one was in your packet. The materials for this one were in your packet. It's a paper bag puppet cow, and you had a white paper bag in your packet, and you had some pink construction paper and black and yellow, so you could make your cow puppet. And was also a picture of what it looked like when it was done. And this is a black and white cow, white with black spots like the cows that we saw on Mrs. Emily's farm video, and those are Holstein cows. So what we did was you just cut a little hole in the bottom of your bag, and then you cut out kind of an oval shape for the cow's nose, some black ears, and two black horns. And then we used our black crayon to make eyes and the nostrils on his nose, the holes in your nose, and some spots. And then down at the bottom, his black hooves. So that is our cow puppet. And then there's a couple other art projects that I did at home that I thought you might be able to try to do at home too. And this one was really pretty easy. And if you can tell, hopefully it's a horse. This one was kind of fun because you know what I did for the horse's head? I traced around my foot. I found some brown construction paper, and you don't have to use brown. You could use whatever color you want. And I put my foot on it, and then I traced it, but maybe you would need to have somebody help you trace it and then help you cut it out, or maybe you could do it by yourself. And then this part of the horse was just the same brown paper. I cut a rectangle shape for his neck and part where his head attaches to. And then I made, out of the same brown paper, I made two triangle ears. And I didn't have any googly eyes at home, so I just cut some white circles for his eyes, and I put a little black spot on him, black circle on him with a marker. And I made a couple black circles down here for his nostrils. And then in the picture that I saw, they used black yarn to make his mane. The horse has long hair on his head and neck called a mane. But I didn't have any yarn to use, so I just cut some strips of black paper and glued on there with my glue stick. Or you could maybe color with your marker or your crayon. So just get creative and have fun. And I would love to see your horse when you get done if you wanted to send me a picture. And I put my name at the bottom. I thought these were really fun. And then another art project that I found, this one, see if you can guess. What do you think that is? That's right, it's a goat. I thought this one was kind of cute. This one was with using two paper plates, and I used some brown paint, and I painted, after I cut the ears out of the paper plate, this is his head, and then these were the ears, the parts that I cut off here. So you'll need a grown-up to help you with that part. And then I used another paper plate to cut out the horns. But maybe you could just use some construction paper to cut some horns too. And please make sure you ask a grown-up to help you. And then I used my paint, and I painted my plate brown, and I painted some brown on his ears. But you wouldn't have to use paint. You could use a marker or a crayon, or maybe you want your goat to just be white, because some goats are white, so that would be okay. You can make them any color you want. And I also did the same thing for his eyes. I cut out some white circle shapes, and then I glued them on, and I colored inside them with my black marker. And then I cut a kind of a triangle shape for his nose, and I gave him a smiley mouth. And then I also glued on his horns, and I used my glue stick to glue these on. You just have to make sure that you use a lot of glue and squeeze or press down really hard when you're gluing with paper plates. And then sometimes the male or boy goats have what we call a beard. They have some long hair hanging down from their chin. So I took my black crayon and I just kind of colored black down here to make it look like he had a beard. If you don't want to do that, you don't have to. But I would love to see some pictures of your goats too. That's another farm animal, is a goat, and we made a cow and we made a horse. So those are some of the animals you might see on a farm. And there was another project that came home in your packets, and if you wanted to do that too, that would be awesome. This one was, there was a piece of paper in your packet with different animals on it, and you were supposed to cut them out and then glue them on a piece of paper from smallest to biggest. So here in the smallest picture, it's a little chicken, and then next we had a pig, and then here's a goat and a cow, and the biggest picture is a horse. So that was something else that was in your packet. So I hope you have fun with these art projects. I know I had fun making them at home. It would have been more fun to make them with you, but I hope that you get a chance to make some of them at home. Thanks.